This is where the commandant lived. He was a lieutenant. Had been a fisherman's house, but it was built in 1936, so it was pretty new when he actually took it over. Inside. And that's where the commandant lived, but a bit sparse. Well, I mean, it's better than how other people are living, but anyway, if he's watching this, have your dog seen it by a vet, please. Many of the weapons used in the Atlantic Wall were captured. This is a Belgian piece manufactured in the early 1930s, and this was obviously captured in 1940. Along the entire length of the wall, ammunition and artillery from France, from the Soviet Union and other countries was actually placed in it. It could be, in fact, that weapons from the Soviet Union even had some of their original users. A large number of Russian, should I say, Soviet troops actually served along this line. People who actually switched sides, or for reasons of not wanting to starve to death, volunteered to join the Russian Liberation Army, the ROA, and large numbers were actually captured, even on D-Day. And it was a disgrace, really. They were handed back to Stalin, where most of them apparently were murdered, or at the very best ended up serving the Gulag for a very long time. Oh, photograph. It's Rommel, or what's And here we have the glass-fronted bunker, and inside it there is a submarine gun. It's a 1942 version, and the reason it's glass-fronted so we can see inside, because it would have been concrete originally. Now, all guns were supposed to be under concrete because of the risk of air attack, although as things happened, that was rarely the case. Or maybe not rarely, it's not the right word, but guns often were, even in the most critical areas, such as in the Pas-de-Calais, they were uncovered. Ammunition store in two parts. So the shells were kept in one part in the detonators and fuses in the other part, and they were assembled just to the position of the gun before use. This is where the troops were installed. Very cramped. Wouldn't fancy that too much. This is people in one room. 15 in a room this size. When I did my basic training, it was pretty cramped. It was slightly bigger than this. Though admittedly, I don't think it was all that much, to be honest. Although I once stayed in a youth hostel, well, I don't know if that's the right word, it was a private accommodation, a hostel in Poland, and there was a room, it wasn't much bigger than this, and there was 24 people in there. That was in 1982. Anyway, gas masks are easily available. Oh, and there's the heater for the bunker, which can actually be closed off in the case of a gas attack. An observation point like this with guide to aircraft. think the idea is it's meant to be quite easy, but to be quite honest, I can't imagine this being all that easy when the view is somewhat limited. And let's face it, it's not that easy to define one aircraft from another unless you're a bit of an expert. All the same, I dare say it was easy to tell if the aircraft were Allied or Axis. In fact, there wasn't a great deal of Axis planes in the air in this area when this was actually in service. I think this is one of the best preserved fortifications on the Atlantic Wall, which Atlantic Wall wasn't actually one long fortification, but lots of interjoining ones. But here, there's about 120 men were based, and others would be needed quite close. So it shows the huge amount of manpower which was required.